How do you decide which task is more important? How do you prioritize so that you are more productive? If we're just meeting, my name is April, and on this channel, I'm giving you systems and tools in order to maximize your life and to live the life of your dreams. So if you would like to see more videos like this, consider subscribing below. Now, I want to talk about the fact that usually when people are deciding to be more productive, it's because you want to achieve more, or you just know that there is more for you to do if you are more determined and more focused, right? Today, I'm going to be sharing with you a system that you can use in order to measure the importance of the task that you're doing, whether you're choosing the task for the day or whether you're planning for the month or the year. So this is the Eisenhower Matrix, and Stephen Covey in his book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People talks about it as well, and he calls it the management matrix. So this matrix in essence is basically like 4 quadrants, which I'm going to show here. On the left side of the matrix, you have 2 values. You have things that are important, things that are not important. And on the top side of the matrix, you have things that are urgent, things that are not urgent. Now, here's where we have to really pay attention. Most people spend a lot of times in things that are important and urgent. But these are the things that are not going to get you to the goals that you want, especially to change your life, because these are usually things that are determined by maybe your society or by your company, your career, whatever it is that determines, or maybe it's based on deadlines. You know, if you're working, if you're studying in school, these are things that you have to accomplish within this time. In the task or in the quadrant that is about important but not urgent, sometimes, a lot of the times, we tend to not focus on these a lot because we are not held to a deadline, even though we know that these things are going to help us achieve what we need. This is where our focus needs to be on more. In the important but not urgent quadrant, these are probably where you're going to put where you want to build relationships, where you want to maximize your career. Maybe you want to accomplish a certain skill in order to get promoted, or it's something that you want to do in your business as a side hustle. This is going to help you to grow. The only thing is that it's not urgent because no one has really set a deadline. If you want to accomplish something for yourself, if it's for personal development, hardly anyone is actually looking from the outside in telling you that you need to set deadlines for this, unless you have a coach or something. So in order to work best for what's for you, you need to sit down and set times that you want to accomplish these and stick to them, and have the mindset where these tasks that are in quadrant 2 will now be priority as much as quadrant 1, if not more. I mean, there are certain things, of course, quadrant 1 are important things. You can't miss these. You don't want to, cause something happen in your job when someone else needed maybe a report or something. So it is important, but it's not going to be the only priority that you have. And there was something interesting that Stephen wrote about in his book, wherein that many people, like 90% of their time will be in quadrant 1, and then 10% will be in quadrant 4. What is quadrant 4? These are things that are just not important. These are things that maybe you have developed a habit where you have to decompress after having spent so much time focusing on accomplishing the urgent task in quadrant 1. Oh, and let me talk about quadrant 3. So quadrant 3 are things that are urgent but not important. Have you ever, most of us have been required to do things that are considered more important by other people. Other people have determined that it's important to them, but it's not important to you. You know, there are some meetings, some social gatherings. You know, let's be honest here. Whatever is determined to be important, but it's not going to help you to accomplish your task, and it's not going to cause a major effect in your life if you should ever just call these not priority, and maybe even sometimes not put a lot of energy, if any, in these activities, right? And examples of these could be, maybe it's not all, but some meetings. It could be a conference. Maybe they're saying that, oh, if you go to this conference, you'll gain more tools and so on that are important for your industry. But if you look on the agenda for that conference, it's really not that important for you, and you're not gonna lose anything by missing it, or at least not giving it priority, right? Maybe you have some time left where you can actually focus on these things, and we want to have a balanced life here. You want to gather with your friends if they say, oh, we want to do something that's really fun, but remember that it's not important, and you're not going to be giving all your time to it. In fact, maybe they've set a deadline for you to do something at this time. However, there could be more time that's put in place. The deadline that they've set is because it's more urgent in their mind. So, you just have to think about these things properly. But now is the time for you to really focus on being proactive in what you're going to do. Stephen talks about this a lot, being proactive for your life and not just being reactive, right? Which is what the first quadrant does a lot, where you are reacting to pressing matter. Now, things will always happen. There are some things that you just can't change. However, maybe you can be ahead of these things. If you know that this deadline is going to come up, maybe you set aside some time for you to focus on working on a report. But you're going to have to be proactive and determine the time that you spend on these things. How do you actually think about using the matrix day to day? I don't know if it would be practical for every day for you to fill in the matrix of what you need to do or not. It could be, but maybe when you are planning for the month, it's really great for you to plan ahead or in the beginning of the month, or even closer to the end of the previous month. Think about things that you want to accomplish. Think about things that you want to change, or even just sit down. Maybe it hasn't occurred to you yet, or some of the things that you should be doing. Now is the time for you to sit down and determine that this is going to be a priority, even though there isn't a deadline, even though I'm not gonna lose much on the outset. But if you're not focusing on these very important things, years ahead, you're gonna regret not having spent more time. And this is something that has happened to me. Is this something that has really caused you to step back and think about some of the tasks that you have been prioritizing versus some which you have not? Let me know in the comments. I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day.